Welcome in. Welcome to Girls Run These Worlds. I'm so excited for session 2 of Gently on the Wind. It's going to be amazing. We are here tonight to tell you an amazing story. I hope that you're ready. Before our show begins here, make sure that you have enough time to hydrate yourselves, eat, stretch, get yourselves situated. Don't forget to take your meds. And so I'll introduce myself. I am Peptinus Prime or Jonathan. I use they, them pronouns. I'll be running tonight's game on the Valor system. It's a D10 system, incredibly flexible system. It's really, really cool. And I'm going to be running an amazing Magical Girl Academy game with my wonderful cast. And I will allow you to introduce yourselves however you wish today. Let the chaos ensue.
Oh well, then I'm going to jump right in and just say hi. I'm Faye. I'm playing Abby, Abelona Aurelius. I'm very excited to be here. Um, and yeah, that's all I've got. But I wanted to get out of the way first.
Love it.
Hi, I'm Katie, she, her. I'll be playing Tina Saskatchewan, and this is my real life companion, Tommy. He might be hanging out for a while. This is where someone else talks now.
I'll go next. I wasn't sure if anyone else was going. Hi, I'm Anna, aka Archival Display most places on the internet. And I am playing Liliana Blackthorn, who is a blade, and works with time magic. I was very nervous about this wraith encounter today.
It'll be fine. Power of friendship. We got it.
See, I'm still on my GM bullshit. I'm sitting here going, it's fine, it's fine. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not in charge here. This is not fine. Wrong show, girl. Wrong show. Hi, I'm Arnica. I'm playing Nora Glenn, your high-strung revolutionary plant magic girl. She's got a very hungry little pumpkin. He's super cute. He might be part Flurkin. It's gonna work out well for everybody. Surely he'll never get out of pocket. This will be great.
And hi, I'm Nox, and I'll be playing Lucinda Morales. She is very, I don't want to be here, please don't make me do this. I think she's also revolutionary, and her companion, Hazelnut, a cat that totally isn't based off my actual cat because she won't stop crying.
Amazing. And also tonight, we have Anna, who's also producing the show and being a player as well. So thank you so much, Anna. That is amazing. Sorry to dump all this on your plate. With that said, is everyone ready to jump in with what happened last week? At the beginning of last week's show, you were called one by one by one of the head teachers here, Kerrigan Caesar. And Kerrigan interviewed you all on your 4th year, what your hopes and dreams were, what your goals and aspirations were for the year itself, if you had any preference for your mentor, or anything that you wanted to share personally about upcoming life in school or professionally, and so on. Afterwards, you all went to the classroom and were assigned a mentor, which happened to be Serafina Stillstar, who came from out of town and was recommended to this class by the headmaster, Griselia Crown. She specifically named you all to be under the guidance of Serafina for your 4th year, which is kind of unprecedented. It certainly took Kerrigan off back a bit. Outside of that, you cruised around the school. You got to meet some cute characters, some strange characters. We don't talk about the hot dog anymore. It's off the table. And after everything was said and done, you guys all decided to get dinner. During that dinner, you had an amazing dinner with none other than the duo of Otto and Cal. And at the end of that meal, you were interrupted by Seraphina with a serious look on her face as she's calling you to go investigate the nearby town of Aberdeen because there's been talks of a wraith appearing. How does everyone feel about that?
Mom, pick me up. I'm scared.
Excellent.
Yeah, we were just here to eat some food at a time traveling restaurant, and now it's just panic and chaos.
Just getting to know each other.
I mean, yeah, nothing like near death experiences to do some team bonding.
I was willing to bond over these dumplings. This was supposed to be good enough for me.
Weren't you trying to bond over getting us to join a cult?
Now look, maybe, but also it seems like you guys will argue less if I say we're bonding over the dumplings. The cult thing is just conversation that's happening during the bonding. Really, it's the dumplings that are doing the bonding.
I completely
Food is
forgot
love.
we were trying to instruct you on how to set up a cult successfully.
While also making sure Tina does not agree to the cult firsthand.
If we're setting up the cult, then I should be part of the cult. Like, we can't be founders of the cult and not also be part of it.
We're helping with the pitch. And then we can talk about potentially joining. But you are the worst person to test a pitch on because I asked you to help with me with my homework. And you started agreeing when we don't have homework yet.
Well, if you ever need help, I'm willing to help.
I think that we do have homework, as Aberdeen may have a wraith.
I'm not sure that going to our deaths should count as homework. I feel like there should be some kind of union against that.
It does seem like there should be some sort of warm-up at the beginning of the school year.
I don't think that students have unions.
Is there a students' union in this school?
I don't think there's a students' union. Well, you know what? We know there isn't, because if there was, you would already have joined.
That's true.
Plus, we would be going to fight wraiths. There was this union in this school.
Maybe there should. Maybe our cult should be a union.
We can't tell people it's a cult, but
those are two very different things.
You ever heard of a cult fighting for student rights?
I mean,
Could be revolutionaries. Isn't that what, White House is all about?
So you see how this all works really well and that I was correct the entire time. This is a wonderful plan. I'm glad we all agree.
That's I'm saying that to Lucinda's argument.
Is Seraphina watching this?
I was about to look to see what Seraphina.
Is she just like looking at her watch, like we're leaving?
Sure is.
Lucinda just shoves food in her mouth and gets up.
Do we need to like pack anything? Should I bring in a toothbrush?
A toothbrush?
I don't want my breath to smell bad.
That is a good question. How long do we expect this trip to last?
On foot, it usually takes about a day to go to Aberdeen.
And
We'll stop somewhere along the way.
If we're going to be gone a day, I absolutely must go back to my room or there will be a very small, maybe very large explosion. I'll only be 5 minutes.
Please, don't worry. Gather your things. I just want to let you know that this is on our to-do list. And so, the sooner we go, the quicker we can attack this itinerary. But take time, gather your belongings, gather whatever you need, and I will meet you. I'll meet you at the front of the school grounds.
Yeah, no. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I put another dumpling in my mouth and I am gone. I grab Pumpkin and
I'm gonna follow because we're in the same house. I'm gonna just see y'all soon and just run after Nora.
I pack up my leftovers. I'll put them in my little mini fridge in my dorm room. So. Abby's just gonna grab basics. She doesn't have much.
Tina's doing that like thing where you start packing and you're like, okay, we're gone for a day, so I'll need a change of underwear, and then I need 5 more changes of underwear in case I shit myself every hour. Like, you never know.
I mean, we haven't faced a wraith before.
You planning for fear, E. coli, salmonella, bad water. You're ready, Tina.
Prepared.
Tina's real magical girl power is panic packing.
I will also pack mostly basics. I'll bring first aid supplies as well. Maybe some granola bars, just to make sure that we're all okay.
I grab every caffeine drink that I can and shove it in a bag. That's what's full of my duffel bag. That's the basics. Only the necessary.
It's just a backpack full of Red Bull. Like,
Yeah.
Lucinda has a small crossbody bag with 3 books, a toothbrush, a thing of toothpaste, and a thing of deodorant. Oh, and food for Nut.
Is anyone bringing snacks?
I'll bring snacks too.
Oh, so Nora has run past the little sign on the door that is labeled as her room, because the fact of the matter is that much like Real Me's locker in high school, which I had for 4 years, opened once in freshman year and then once again in senior year, Nora doesn't sleep in her room. Nora hasn't even been in that room in like 18 months. Nora moved into a greenhouse off the side of White House. You know, it's one that it's technically within the dorm's bounds. I'm not breaking anything, so no one's ever bothered making me go back to my real room. Because I'm always just, it really was safer for everyone if my experiments were just a little bit out of the way. So I go tear-assing down the hallway past the dusty, abandoned, empty little thing that's supposed to be my room. It's actually very nice. White Dorm has lovely rooms. It's a shame I don't appreciate mine. And into this raggedy greenhouse, it is just lushly overflowing with a bunch of things. There are vines, there are plants in pots, there are plants that grow flowers, there are plants that grow fruits, there are plants that you're pretty sure are not supposed to be making that very aggressive hissing noise. And all of them have turned towards this little floating stun crystal that Seraphina has given me. I've got it suspended between 2 things, and it's just kind of floating. It's pulsing. You know, it's not dangerous. It's just, you know, it's doing what I wanted it to do. What a great experiment. All my plants are just oriented towards it, even ones that don't normally orient towards the sun. And it's almost like I can hear them all just give a awe of disappointment as I use my magic and just kind of pop one of them and turn it off. The last thing I need is for this to overheat. My last 4 experiments have overheated, and I'm real glad I was doing them late at night when teachers weren't watching, because that 3rd one was almost a mess. I almost owed someone an apology. Almost. So I pack like garbage. I put like 5 notebooks. I put in a handful of snacks for Punky. I grab 2 books that I was reading and 1 pair of socks. I throw that in like a purse-sized satchel, throw it over my shoulder. I've packed. I'm ready. And I'm out the door again.
Okay. 2 questions.
Yes.
I assume you're bringing your bag.
Mm-hmm.
Are you bringing the seeds and the Everstar with you?
I am. I'm bringing the Everstar because I don't know what else to do with it. I've got it hidden in a little jewelry bag, like in the bottom, like one of them little black velvet ones that the moderately priced dice come in. I've got it tucked in one of those and then tucked in the bottom of the bag. The seeds I put away, I hide them. I have a little drawer where I've got the experiments that everyone pretends like they don't know I'm doing. Obviously they do. Some of these teachers are very aware. But I hide it in that drawer just in case. I don't know what they should or should not be exposed to yet. I haven't had the chance to read.
Okay, perfect. So you all gather your things, get ready, and gather at the front of the school. On your way there, you see Serafina is talking to an older gentleman wearing a flat cap and this monochrome like raised sweater vest. You've seen him before. He is usually the groundskeeper around here. Incredibly sweet individual. His name is Tofocho. And standing next to him is also Gus. And so Gus is kind of like sitting by his side, occasionally standing up, walking, doing laps around Tofocho, and kind of just sitting by as the two of them are talking.
I'm gonna go up to Gus.
Gus immediately turns around. Hi.
Hey, do you know what's happening?
Yes, kind of, a little bit. Important stuff. I'm just here with the photo.
That was incredibly vague.
Don't worry about it, Lucinda. How are you? ¿Cómo estás?
I'm, well, it's been a day, and I can already tell that this semester is going to be very not easy and stress-free and in control. Everything already, it's the first day. And already I feel like everything is spinning just a lot. I wish I took acting. You were right. I should have just taken acting like they said.
As you're having this conversation, a large hand settles on Gus's head and gives him a pat. Gustavo, please, just stop being so vague. Hola. How is everyone doing tonight?
Hola.
I think we're perhaps a bit concerned of the threat.
As you should be. And I think this is a very scary event, even if you are professionals. But you're with Serafina here, and she is going to take care of you. Make sure that everyone's okay. I was just talking to her about what she thinks of you all. She has pretty high praises for all of you. So I think you all do pretty great. And you hear like Serafina say, Tofocho, stop. And like there's this cute bonding moment between them. You could catch it immediately. It doesn't sound just like two like strangers talking. There's something more there. And he turns around and he says, Sera, please be careful on the road. And make sure that they know what to look out for. I will. Don't worry. We'll be safe. Well, is everyone ready?
As ready as I think I'll be.
If we're gonna be.
Got us covered for the morning.
I'm just gonna focus on whatever that was right there so I don't spiral, so.
Gus barks. Arf. Good luck, everyone. Make sure to bring me back some snacks.
I'll toss Gus a snack from my bag.
He eagerly takes it, jumps, and then just settles down, kind of sploots down, and just wags tail as hard as possible. Gustavo, Defocho chuckles, and Serafina says, "Okay, Defocho, take care of the grounds, please. Make sure that everyone's good, and just be on your toes. Stay with Gracelia." Okay, so, on the road. Sorry that I'm making you travel at nighttime, but we should stop midway and then get to Aberdeen at night as well. That's okay. Sorry that you're tired, but we'll make it. It'll be worth it. And once we're a good bit away from the schools, I can answer any questions you had for me. And she turned to you, Abby, as she says that.
Abby will nod as she pulls a fresh energy drink out of the bag and just cracks it open. I've got enough for everyone. And there's coffee as well if you want something a little.
Do you want chocolate?
Maybe further in the road.
Peanut, do you want chocolate?
Sure, that would be wonderful. Thank you. She'll like snap off a little piece.
You're so cute.
Jill hands up to Pumpkin.
Oh, yay.
Don't even have to ask.
Lord, Punky is, bless his heart, Punky is rude though. Punky took like an enormous bite. Just, you came real close to having your fingers grazed. And I do scold for that. Too close. But Punky did eat most your chocolate.
It's okay, she brought mostly food. Mostly food and books. She just pulls out a book and starts reading as she's walking.
That's what Nora's been doing. Nora has been she's been watching like the heels of Tina's shoes to make sure she's at the correct distance. But other than that, she's been reading. She has a little flower in her hair and it's got a soft glow from it and it's working like a little headlamp as she's walking.
That's smart. Lucinda's books just glow.
Nice. Slightly jealous.
Very cool.
Liliana does not drink a full energy drink, but I think steals sips from Abby's. But she is wrapped pretty tight on Abby's arm, which I think you would know means that she's nervous about this. She's not big on combat, and this is a lot.
Understandable. You all hit the road eventually and make your way down the well-paved roads until they become dirt roads and you're starting to walk along the edge of the woods. You're about 2-3 hours out at this point. Walking in silence mostly. But enough that you're away from the school grounds. So if there's any pertinent questions that you have for Serafina, that would be a good time to ask.
All right, Serafina. Why'd you come back?
Good question. I came back under the headmaster's orders.
What's with all the secrecy?
We believe that there is something going on the academy grounds that not only threatens the safety of the students and the faculty. And she gets closer as she says this. but I believe there's a plot to overthrow the capital.
A plot by whom?
We don't know. Shadow agents are the most that we've been able to get wind of. Whoever they are well connected, resourceful, and I believe the group has ties to large and influential people or other groups and organizations.
And you're certain that none of us are involved, or that our families aren't?
Griselia picked each of you individually, and I trust her with my life.
I mean, it seemed like kind of just random finger pointing when we were in the classroom and not like a vetted background check kind of situation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was just like, oh, shoot, you need a fifth person. Hey, Lucinda's sitting there. Go ahead.
I was thoroughly vetted. This is exquisite match for me. I don't know what they're talking about, and I'm still just reading and walking, but I'm listening.
Griselia has her ways, I admit. She's more cunning than you think. There's a reason she earned the nickname the Silver Menace. When she was 16, by the way.
So, you have reason to suspect that shadow agents may be trying to overthrow the capital. What has occurred so far that has led to this supposition?
How do I answer that question? There have been people missing, which comes with the territory. Sometimes those that disappear end up being taken over to the shade. There are others who disappear who end up being devoured and feasted on by wraiths and then become vampires. But when certain magical individuals start disappearing, or when there's traces of something foul afoot, not quite the norm, that's when we got wind of something larger taking place in the shadows. We've been investigating this trail for the better part of 5 years now. To further answer your question, and I believe that transparency is a big, well, it should be one of the main principles that people should have. So, on a mission, we caught one of the shadow agents who seemed to have something with him that was herbal, that dissolved him from the inside out. Think of it as an last-minute clause in case you got caught. And the only grounds that we have to believe that things are taking place at the Academy is that this individual person possessed a solitary quill that is only made here.
That's a serious level of dedication.
So, where do we come into this? Why mentor us? So,
If Griselia chose you, it's because you are all magically remarkable, of good character, good principles, and more than anything, she trusts you all to keep me in check.
And why do you need to be kept in check?
Abby, I think this touches on your other question. I mentioned that I was forbidden to use the extent of my magic in the kingdom.
This relates to it.
My family is pretty illustrious, and we come from a highly prestigious background. When I was born, I was considered a runt of the family. I was born with no magical abilities. So we thought. I could not wield magic in the sense that others could. I could not grasp theories, it would not work. I was disciplined so much. And I think that when everything was at its highest and I broke on the inside a bit, I understood the extent of my powers. When I created the small sun, it's a fracture of what I could do that's been controlled and studied and practiced over years. But there is a large, and I mean, if you think of an iceberg, there is a very large portion of my own abilities that I do not understand. And if I am not kept in check, I could transform into something else.
Abby looks to the rest of her teammates, particularly towards Lil, and then back to Seraphina. All right. We'll do our best, I'm sure, on keeping you in check, but I don't want to speak for anyone else. If it becomes too much, if you become something you can't control, I know that I will do my best to protect everyone here and everyone else beyond that. I don't mean taking you down. I mean protecting them.
She looks at you right in the eyes. Good. I wouldn't have it any other way. As we go along, I'll tell you my tells. Number 1, she lifts her left hand. You'll see a blue line course from my ring finger down. If that line starts becoming rings around my arms, I'm already pushing myself too far.
You should probably have like a safe word or something. Like shoot me now. It's gone too far.
That's a phrase, not a word.
Oh no, like that's what the safe word means. Like we need something shorter than like like I can't be stopping to look and see if she has rings around her arms in the middle of battle. Like we need something a little snappier, you know?
She looks at you, Tina, with a serious face and just out of the blue. Oh, you're so cute. I love you.
Not joking though.
You'll know when I've stepped too far. Liana, I believe you see through timelines?
I can, if needed.
You'll probably be the first to notice. But there will be a point where time starts to shake. The next tell is you will all, if you're near me, be subjected to nearly insurmountable gravity. After that, I don't know what happens. I've only gotten to that point once in my entire life, and Graciela was there to pull me back. Well, it took Graciela and Tofocho, but they pulled me back.
Well, hopefully we won't have to deal with that.
I don't think you will. And I would never put you in danger.
You say as you're leading us to go fight a bunch of wraiths.
To be fair, there was only one that we know of.
Oh,
Kind of.
there was multiple. Okay. Still, point still stands.
Semantics. Graciela is the one that's sending us to the wraiths, not I. I would never place you in such danger.
Well, thank you for entrusting us with your secrets like this.
We're a team, so we need to all be on the same page. No secrets.
As Serafina says no secrets, Liliana would feel where Abby kind of just takes a hold of her hand and just takes some comfort.
She squeezes your hand back tightly.
As you all are walking and making your way there, a couple of more hours go by. The moon is high overhead now, starting to crest from the zenith. And let's do a roll. Let's do the first roll of the night. So what I would like is everyone to give me an observation roll.
Could someone remind me what I roll for that?
I was just about to ask. Ooh, what'd I do?
So the observation roll here is you could use intuition, aura, or resolve. It's up to you.
Aura or resolve.
Yeah, intuition normally is what we use, but you can use intuition, aura, or resolve for this
Ooh, that's a
particular
7.
instance.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Hey guys, I got the first natural one.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry. Just get it out now before we're fighting the wraith.
First roll of the campaign, first natural one. What do we got else lined up?
Oh
First.
no!
No, I'm good. I'll say first.
Yeah, get them out now. Is this an observation challenge?
No,
Okay.
this is a difficulty check. So, Lily, Tina, Nora. As you're walking, you see something large and furry, a quadruped, lurking in the back shadows of the woods. You could just faintly make out the presence stalking you all. And there's another shape and another shape. They look very wolf-like.
Immediately pull on Abby's hand to get her attention.
So not to like alarm anybody, but either we're about to make a lot of friends or something bad is about to happen.
I think we're being hunted.
That's not good at all.
I so hate to do this. Lucinda's having a bad day. Especially after that reveal. that first reveal from Seraphina, and now this, and it's a bit much for her. And I don't think she has anything under control. I don't think
Excellent.
she's under control, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, you know what? Why not? What do you roll for your malevolent entity?
I would love to know. I could not see that.
All right, we will look that up.
Yeah, it was like she was already having a bad time after that whole Seraphina pretty much saying that, and then now she's getting followed. She doesn't want to be here. First day of school, she just wants to be in bed, and she is spiraling fast. Like, she is trying to box breathe, but it's very fast paced. She's trying to do like the grounding techniques she knows, and she just, her mind can't focus on anything. She's been reading the book backwards and stuff. Like, she is just not doing well.
I just found the malevolent entity stuff. It's a resolved or an opposed resolve check.
Who am I opposing?
Your malevolent entity.
How did they roll?
That would be the GM, I believe.
Oh my god.
I will roll.
All right.
Lucinda.
Oh, what was it? Okay. Oh no, why are you laughing?
Never good.
Oh no. Oh no.
Lucinda, you're walking, and as everyone is pointing this out, you stop. Just dead stop. There is a stiffness in your body that starts to take root from your fingertips up to your elbows, and then down the core of your body, just below your neck. You start growing cold, and your thoughts start to spiral. Around you, if anyone is looking, there is a moment where shapeless objects start to materialize around Lucinda. And then you remember to breathe. And in that breath, that heaviness washes off.
Okay, I can do this. I'm going to request to get a new mentor after this, but I can make it through today.
And technically
Yes.
tomorrow.
You're not helping.
Not me choking on water.
No,
That was
girl, not like this.
It was an 11. It was amazing.
Oh my god, I
that
rolled
was
a
so
12.
close. Oh.
I should also point out I have a couple of techniques where she has to do that roll again.
That's gonna be great. Yeah, guys, no secrets amongst us at all.
You guys should know about this. This happened before.
Well, we know about the entity. We don't know that your abilities cause you to have to roll on that entity.
Oh, that's fair. You don't know which ones.
It's gonna be great.
So while this is happening, have our friends gotten any closer?
Mm-hmm.
Can we
I'm
make out?
aware of the wolves' existence, but I still don't really see them, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
More and more are starting to stalk around you, and then at this point, you start hearing the low growls, like. And Seraphina is walking as if nothing is happening.
Okay, I'm gonna assume. Okay, I'm gonna assume from the way that we had described it before that Abby and Lil are probably at the front, and I'm assuming then Tina in the middle, since Nora was following my shoes, and I'm assuming that it was at the back.
Lucinda's all the way at the back.
Yeah. So with that growling, Tina's just gonna kind of moonwalk in place a little bit just to slide back to the back. And every now and then she's gonna turn back to the wolves and go back at them.
That's hilarious. You sound like an angry little donkey, and it's adorable.
Donkey so much.
Serafina,
A little angry one, yes, actually.
is this like a test or something?
What?
Been made aware that there's that Lil and the rest have seen some maybe not so friend-shaped creatures hunting us.
They're close.
Oh, them? Don't worry. It's fine. We're almost there.
Abby leans in to Lil. I'm a little worried.
I'm very worried.
Let's why don't we move forward but just kind of keep tabs on where they are?
The second you two share this conversation, Serafina pulls a right into the woods.
I don't like that at all. That is me as a player.
Me as a player and Tina as a character is like,
Same.
yeah, I know Fifi likes this woman, but I'm suspicious.
Is Tina near Lucinda? So did Tina kind of move near Lucinda?
Yeah, Tina's probably gonna be right behind you now.
I
I'm
don't want to
just-
go there.
Going to play off the fact that I rolled a nat 1 on my observation check earlier that I don't see because I'm turned talking to Lil. I like my peripheral vision's like non-existent at this point. So like I look back and Serafina's gone.
She just walked into the woods. Why did she just walk into the woods?
Yeah, Tina's gonna lean into where Lucinda said that and say, I do not like this at all either.
I'm not going in the woods. You can't make me go in the woods. I am not. I'm not going in the woods. I'm not doing this. No.
Tina's gonna kind of like grip your shoulder a little bit and say, if you're not going in the woods, I'll stay with you. But do you really want it to be just us two versus the wolves in the open versus everybody together in the woods?
Maybe they're like cats. Maybe they don't like it when you squirt them with water.
I have not squirted anybody yet.
You squirted the cat yesterday. Maybe you
Yeah,
could
but I
squirt
haven't
the
squirted
wolves.
the wolves.
Well, maybe they won't like it if you do. Maybe they'll go away.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were blaming me for the wolves.
No, not everything is your fault, Tina.
Hey, just so long as we're clear on that.
I
mean,
wasn't blaming you. I was suggesting this. I'm sorry.
And as you're kind of stuttering, she's just gonna like push you after the others towards the woods.
What are you doing?
Again, do you want to be alone out here?
Just squirt them with water and make them leave.
Hey,
Jump
Master,
on me?
would I be able to, if I'm feeling perhaps a little bit heightened in my danger and concern for the situation, would I be able to do a magical girl transformation so I can be ready for combat?
Can.
All right, then I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So, firstly, Abby's going to like just chug whatever is remaining of her energy drink, because she can't have that. Well, she may have to fight something. And then as she finishes, she is going to her hands spread out, and as they do, sparks fly from her fingertips down to her feet, and her normally white sneakers become a entirely black as they as those flames from her fingertips go all the way up, as they burn across her normal, like just again casual kind of smartly dressed skirts, khakis. They also burn away, and you see these dark leggings close to her, so that way her legs are protected. But as it comes all the way up, her outfit turns into almost like a skater's dress. It's very flowy, but it's all sparkles and flame. And as it comes all the way up and down her hands, these sleeves that come down in flames, reaching like a petal at the hands, leaving her hands open, fingers ready to cast. Fire everywhere, explodes outward. And the last thing that happens is that her hair comes pulled back, tied with a yellow bow.
I love that. That's so sick.
If Abby transforms, Liliana would also, because she trusts Abby. If she thinks it's danger, then it's danger. So kind of overlapping with that, a clock face appears, kind of lights up underneath Liliana, and it twists into a fractal. She spreads her arms apart, and a silver hourglass appears in front of her. And the explosion of flame from the end of Abby's transformation sequence shatters the hourglass, and the sand spins around Liliana. Silver cords wrap up her arms and legs, and a navy, very flowy, elegant dress kind of flows out from her. It's the skirt's shorter in the front and kind of goes out to a long tail in the back. And appearing in her hand is a staff with interlocked gears at the top of it.
It's so cool.
It's really cool.
Just you two transform. Okay.
I feel like this is happening like while Tina and Lucinda's conversation is going
Yeah.
on. So like we're busy like
I'm not going in there. What the hell?
Yeah,
Why
it's
are you
like
transformed?
It's like-
Why? No, we're not doing this. You no.
Tina's just gonna give you a flat look and be like, yes, you look very hothead, but like this is not a battle yet.
I don't see our mentor
Why did you
being
say that?
hunted. And she said not to worry about anything before disappearing. I'm a little concerned here.
Then what's the game? What's the play?
I mean, we can follow her into the woods, but I don't think it hurts to be prepared.
So as you guys look over, you realize that it's not going to be too hard to follow her into the woods because Nora just kept following her. She wasn't paying attention. She was just writing in her journal the whole time. She didn't even realize that you guys had stopped. Seraphina veered this way, so she veered this way. She's been moving the plants, just not even paying attention, just moving them. So there's a pretty decent tunnel that you can follow. But so like at least you know which direction she went. There's that. I have also fucked off.
Yeah, I don't feel confident in leaving the group to split, but I want to be ready if a fight needs to come out.
It doesn't need to come out. We don't need to fight. We really should just be in our dorms.
I know we haven't worked together much, Lucinda, but I specialize in defense instead of offense. I want to be able to protect everyone here. We may not know each other long, but Seraphina was right. We're a team. I protect my teammates.
Besides, this is basic lessons. Always be prepared. We're in dark, scary woods, possible enemies. This is what we're supposed to do.
So after that, Abby's going to head out, follow after where Nora and Seraphina have veered into the woods, but stay alert.
Nora, if you're following Seraphina, she's casually walking in the woods, and with the transformation and the light that it reveals, she turns around and she looks at you and says, Huh. She looks around. Wait a moment. You can wait here. It'll be fine. And she starts walking in the opposite direction that you guys were walking in. Everyone else, from the very flashy show of transforming, out of all of the woods come a multitude of different wolves. They're blue, orange, some of them are piebald. And then there are heavy footfalls as bushes part, and there is a 10, 11 foot white wolf that comes out of the shadows and just snarls at all of you.
Why are you trespassing here?
Tina's gonna drop down on all fours, but like water's gonna come up over her, kind of in the shape of a wolf, and she's gonna growl back. We're playing follow the leader. We are the pups. Leader went that way.
You invade Glitter's territory.
Then we'll leave.
The wolf bares its fangs at all of you. And Seraphina comes out of the woods into the path where you guys were just at, just on the edge there. Looks up and says, Lucille, down. And the wolf immediately goes, "Arr!"
Tina's gonna make her water wolf bigger.
I don't know if you're helping.
I'm sorry. She turns to you all. That was a good call. Transforming. It's a good head on your shoulders. You weren't sure of the situation. You wanted to get the preemptive actor. I like that. Lucille, what are you doing? Clearly, they're walking with me. Where's Glitter? And the wolf just responds back,
In the cabin.
okay. So we are going to make our way to the cabin and see Glitter. Is that understood? There will be no more harassment of my students. Is that understood? And there's just little whining sounds coming from Lucille. Good pup. And then Lucille kind of smiles and then rolls its large body over, showing its belly. And Seraphina laughs and starts petting the wolf.
I'll be the first to say that I did not expect that.
Not at all.
I'll let my transformation return and go back to normal. Which
Lucinda's
is
just hyperventilating.
yeah. It's like a reverse of the flames coming forward. Like when she detransforms, all of her magical girl stuff just turns into smoke and burns away, and then everything remains.
Tina will drop the wolf form, but like she's just wet now. Like it just fell like as water, like Fifi flopped onto her head as this went. Like it's just, she's just soaking wet.
I will also drop my transformation, and it just kind of, it turns back into the silver sand that had spun around her, so it just kind of flows away. But what everyone can't see is that when she's in her transformation, she's standing essentially like half deep in what is almost like a river, the flow of time just rushing past her. And so she's kind of pushing herself out of that as she drops her transformation.
So cool.
Is Nora still just standing alone in the woods?
Kind of. Nora is sitting. There is a very large puffball mushroom in the middle of the path where there wasn't a few minutes ago. She's sitting cross-legged on it, writing in her journal. She's been keeping notes. She was absolutely at no point concerned because if those were wild wolves, they wouldn't have been that close. They're obviously someone's attack wolves. Seraphina wasn't scared of them. They weren't attacking Seraphina. They're guard, they're an escort, there is something. Nora is just waiting. She is unbothered. As far as she's concerned, you don't understand the unearned confidence this girl has. As far as she's concerned, she's the scariest thing on that path. Her and Punky, she is unbothered.
Love it.
So yeah, no, she's just waiting for y'all to come back.
I'll make sure
Seraphina-
I keep my eyes on Seraphina this time.
Seraphina stops petting the wolf and turns to you. She goes, "Okay, well, we're almost at Glitter's cottage, so we'll be there soon. And can we talk about how cute your outfits are?"
Oh, I guess I never really put more thought since, developing it. Practicality.
Yeah, as if you weren't up until like 5 a.m, frantically drawing sketches when you developed it.
We're not talking about that, Tina.
Okay,
I want to talk about that. What?
I'll tell you later.
Please do.
So it's what everybody did when we were first years.
I didn't.
Liliana gives you a very skeptical look.
I didn't. I wanted to go home after a while.
Seraphina quickly resumes her pace and guides you all to a cottage. And it takes a 15-minute walk in the woods itself. At this point, it's almost daybreak. And there's this cute little cottage, smoke coming out. It's pretty sizable for what it is. There are a number of wolves kind of sleeping in and around the cottage. And Seraphina walks up to the door and knocks 2 times. And then it's followed by 3 more knocks. And the person that opens the door is very beautiful, very androgynous. They have this like salmony pink hair, but when you look at it, it always changes color slightly. The hue is always changing in some way or other. So it's never one color at any given point. Glitter opens the door. Seraphina, hi! Welcome in. I haven't seen you in so long. What brings you around? And Seraphina says, "We're making our way to Aberdeen. So we figured I'd stop by, spend the night, because there's quite a bit left to travel. And, catch up. I haven't been in the neighborhood in quite some time, so is it cool if we stay, Glitter?" And she's like kind of unsure, and Glitter kind of responds back saying, "Girl, you've been like this since the first year into school. Come in. Come in, please. Please." So, tell me about your travels. What have you been up to? What are your names? I'm Glitter, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Apolona. Everyone calls me Abby.
Liliana.
It's lovely to meet you.
Tina's just standing really sheepishly because she realizes her stunt in the woods was maybe not that smart because she's now making a puddle on the floor of this cottage as her hair and clothes are still kind of dripping. So she just says really quietly, "I'm Tina. Thanks for letting us stay here."
Of course. Well, don't all rush to introduce yourselves at one. Please make yourselves at home. There's food in the pantry if you're hungry. And Sarah, I'd like a word with you afterwards. And Glitter just smiles at everyone.
Tina, let me help. And Lena reaches out in front of her and kind of twists her hands one over another. And I'd like to turn back time to dry off Tina.
Absolutely.
So I bring your clothes. I bring you back to a time when you were within your timeline when you were still dry.
I'll heat the area just enough to start the water to evaporate without causing too much warping of the floor.
Tina's very grateful, but also very sheepish now, and she's just gonna say, "Thank you."
Of course. I don't need you getting sick. Especially if we're going to fight wraiths. We all need to be in good health.
Glitter, kitchen's that way?
Yeah, kitchen's
have-
that way.
Any sort of teas, herbal, so I can start making stuff for people if they need help sleeping?
Of course. I'll bring you a round of teas. And what's this I hear about wraiths? Sarah, you're not going to bring them to see a wraith, are you? Sarah says, it was Chryselia's idea. It's fine. Glitter walks over to the kitchen and kind of whispers to whoever is close to them. Keep an eye on her. Next thing you know, she'll be walking on water and you'll be drowning.
I handle water pretty well. And you just see like the fire kind of come over and just the fingertips as Abby was heading to the kitchen to prepare some tea.
Quite the spark. I like it. So teas for everyone. I also have some biscuits and cookies that are more or less freshly baked, give or take 3 hours.
I would love some cookies.
Yeah, we just finished walking. I think everyone could do with a bit of eating.
And then Glitter goes to the kitchen. Sarah sits down and motions for everyone to kind of make themselves comfortable. This is a pretty big living room / den. And Sarah says, Glitter is my companion since first year. We were in the same house together. Glitter's talents lie with animal friendship. It's pretty cool. They can talk to almost any animal. It's pretty unique.
I think as Seraphina's saying that and seeing that Glitter's heading to the kitchen, Abby will stop and then head back towards Liliana. As Seraphina says, Glitter being a companion since first year, she kind of almost unconsciously glances over at Liliana. And yeah, that is kind of amazing.
They're pretty great. They kept me pretty grounded throughout my studies. You can imagine, didn't have the best upbringing with my family, or my parents, or my dad. But the people in the academy are pretty great. I owe a lot to Graciela and to Focho, honestly. To Focho to me is like the parent that I never really had and always wanted. And she relaxes. So we'll sleep here during the day and we'll head out again once we're all ready. We should be in Aberdeen before sundown, maybe at night. Either way, the inn's right up the road. We can just stay overnight. It's on me, by the way. We'll go from there and we'll start investigating. Get our first smells of the action. Is everyone excited about, potentially looking at new things, being in a dangerous situation? Which, by the way, I didn't put you there.
New things, yes. Dangerous situation, not so much.
No.
Go ahead.
So, like, Nora has been kind of distracted. Here's the thing. She wasn't maybe paying as much attention as she could have been. And she did maybe grow the wrong mushroom. And when she sat on it, she's not hyped. She's very distracted. She is really focused right now. And so she's been kind of cataloging all the book titles as she walked into Glimmer's house. She's been kind of looking at every little plant that's growing in the room, trying to figure out, can she make it bigger? Can she sneak out with this plant without anyone noticing? She didn't even hear Glitter trying to introduce herself. That's her bad. She didn't mean to be rude. And so finally, she's kind of realizing that they're sitting in someone's living room. She's half asleep anyway. She hasn't slept in like a day and a half. She's been experimenting hard. She's just like, I am so excited for this. Where are we? Whose house is this?
Is she asking that out loud or like in her
She
thoughts?
is out loud.
At that, Glitter comes out, a tray full of tea. There's cookies, there's some scones, muffins, kind of like an assorted goods of bakery goods. This is my home. Hi, I'm Glitter.
Hey, I'm Nora. Can I have that little sprig of, and there's just like it looks like a little weed. It's growing out the corner of where the floor meets the wall. There's a small crack, and I'm just pointing at this little weed in the crack. Can I have that?
Of course, you're welcome to it. Yes.
Oh, like, lovely house. Pull it out very carefully, roots and all, tucking it in a little tiny little bag, then put the bag in my shirt. So cute here.
Thank you. Put a lot of work into this place, and it's where I've done most of my best work. If you all met Lucille on your way here, which I imagine you did, as Serafina was here, Lucille's kind of the local guardian spirit of this forest.
Must have missed her.
We're acquainted.
Briefly.
Quite intimidating. I'll
Not
hold a
that
cookie out
intimidating.
to. I'll hold a cookie out to Lucinda, noticing that hasn't been a lot coming from that section of the room. It's been very quiet.
She kind of like is staring out a little bit and doesn't even process that there's like a cookie towards her. She's just staring at the floor.
Are you okay? Lucinda?
What? Sorry, what?
Are you okay? Do you want a cookie?
Yeah, thanks. She'll take it and just like take a small bite and go back to looking at the floor.
I will leave her alone at that.
Fifi's gonna kind of like swim into your line of sight a little bit and just like gently pulse like a heartbeat, kind of inflating and deflating.
That helps ground her a bit, and you see that Nut is on her lap, like her head against her chest. And after a while, she'll have just like focuses again. It's like, yeah, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, when did I get a cookie?
Literally, yeah. Lil just gave you the cookie.
Good cookie. Good cookie. She like offers it to the fish.
Fish is gonna on a little bite of it. Then Tina's gonna lean over and say, "Hey, did you hear the part where glitter can talk to animals? Maybe they could like translate for you and your cat if you ask real nice."
Why do I feel like my cat would have mostly insults?
But haven't you always been curious?
I mean, a little bit. But
Now's the
like,
chance.
I don't want to she's so used to me not knowing what she's saying. I feel like that's a violation for privacy. Besides, I feel like my cat is very talkative and I don't want her to start telling everybody my business.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Do you want them to talk to your fish?
I can't think of an important enough question to bother her with. Other than just like, does Fifi prefer peanut butter or jelly sandwiches or both? Like, that doesn't seem important enough to bother her with.
You gotta ask if Fifi is happy.
Yeah, I mean,
But what if the answer's no?
I don't think the answer is no.
You can always offer Fifi a pastry. That usually makes them pretty happy.
I mean, maybe.
Abby would have picked up one of the muffins and is like tearing it apart instead of like eating it like how maybe a normal person would, bite by bite. Just tears it apart a little bit and pops it in like popcorn.
Is that not how people eat muffins?
Yeah, that is definitely how I eat
That's how I
muffins.
eat
That's not how anyone that I've ever seen eat muffins. Maybe I'm the weird one.
Yeah, maybe the other people who just munch it.
Yeah, that's definitely
No,
me.
because why would you just bite into it? It's
Because
like, no.
that's why you have a mouth. You bite things.
But that's why you have fingers for
You
ripping
can
them.
just tear at things and put it in your.
You just take
Welcome to Muffin Gate.
you take the big muffin and you just take a bite out of it like a cupcake.
No, because then you have to like unhinge your jaw like a python.
Actually,
Oh, you
I
guys
think-
can't do that?
The real question is, what kind of muffin? Like, if we're talking about like apple muffins or anything with a crumbly topping, then yes, you have to bite them. But anything with like filling,
like a chocolate, like a
rip
double
it.
chocolate.
I am a
chip
muffin
Mm,
equalist.
that's gonna
All
rip.
muffins get the same treatment.
So after that really important aside,
Sorry.
Little pieces. Little pieces for all of it, including cupcakes, little pieces.
Do it.
Yeah, especially with cupcakes.
I mean, I can do it, but it's not my normal go-to.
You don't want to know how I eat Pizza Hut pizza.
Is it just Pizza Hut's pizza specifically?
Yes, that's the problem. It's specifically the personal pan pizzas from Pizza Hut. I eat them a very specific way, and the first time I ever did that, my partner looked at me and he goes, "And you really thought you were a neurotypical, huh?"
now we have to know.
I'm gonna say that Knox almost certainly eats that pizza the exact same way I do. Knox, do you disassemble it? Do you pull off the cheese and pepperoni, eat that first, and then eat the naked pizza, and then eat the crust?
Yes, but in a specific order. So I start with, because it's a personal pan, so it's the 4 slices. So I start with the one in the top right center. I eat all the cheese and I go in a clockwork motion. I end on the last piece and then I go diagonal from it, eat all the pizza part. Then I go diagonal again, eat half of the crust, and then go diagonal again and finish the pizza. So that way you start on every single piece.
That was really specific.
Like my mind is just like expanding right now. It's okay. When I eat pancakes, I always twirl my plate around and I have to eat in pentagons.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I vibe with that.
That makes sense. Hey, weren't we streaming?
yeah, we were doing important things.
We're in someone's house.
So the way this cottage is shaped from the roof is pretty highly steeped, and there are a number of wooden beams, support beams that are pretty high up in the darkness. But as you are conversing and drinking tea and eating your pastries, there's a very, very large set of wings that just kind of open up from the seeming, like from the shadows that was not there before. And kind of gripping the wood with claws, you hear the sound of of wood raking as this large bird just kind of comes underneath and hangs upside down and looks at all of you. It's like 4 feet tall. It's pretty big.
Hello.
Okay, well, what kind of bird is it? I need to know more. I love birds. Let's talk about this bird.
It is large, black and gray harpy owl.
Oh. I'm here for it. All right.
It turns its head almost completely upside down and then the other way and looks at all of you. And then you hear, "Scone?"
Are there any scones in the room?
There are. There are plenty of scones on the plate.
Okay,
I'm
gonna
gonna
take
give
a
it a
scone and
scone.
toss it up to the bird.
The bird greedily snatches it from the air and just starts devouring it. Glitter comes over to the kitchen once more and then settles down now. Shahrazad, please. Please. Either you come down here or you go up there. Stop scratching the wood, please. So that's my familiar, Shahrazad. Well, familiar number 1.
One of...
One of 2. My second familiar is Lucille.
Of course.
Yeah, Lucille seemed very protective of you.
I came to call this forest my home. So me and the forest spirit bonded, made myself a little cottage here away from everyone that could ever piss me off in life, and here I am living my best life.
That sounds great. Where do I sign up?
You're welcome here anytime. Unless you
I
want
very much considering it.
your forest of your own. And then we can, shop around, girl.
That's an option. Nobody told me that was an option. Where was that option?
Anything's an option once you look outside the rules.
Yeah, I want that option. I would love a forest where I don't have to be around people who keep stressing me out. That's an option.
Would it be safe to assume, Glitter, that you are aware of certain ongoings? As Abby looks over to Serafina.
Yeah, you could say that, but I tend to do my own thing. I'm outside of it. Sarah keeps me in the know only as far as she wants to
Okay.
talk my ear off about things. But, I mean, it's been 2 years since I've seen Sarah. We've got some catching up to do. But time is short, so, are you sleepy? There's plenty of rooms in the back.
Yeah, I think if we could, at least myself, know where I'll be resting this evening.
Sure. Everyone, just come with me. I'll show you how this works. And Glitter takes you towards the back of the cabin, and the cottage. And there's a singular wooden door with this beautiful ornate kind of gold knob. And Glitter says, so for individual rooms, you want to turn the knob in your room's number. So if you want to go to room 1, you just turn it once, twice, turn the knob twice, 3, so on. You get the idea. There's an infinite number of rooms, so you can choose whatever you like. They're all modeled pretty modestly, but they should have everything you need.
And how many rooms do you have? Infinite or just up to a certain number? I'm curious now, not suspicious.
Up to your imagination.
I call dibs on 7.
That's fine. I'll
Okay.
take 3 because I don't want to be turning the knob all night.
I guess technically we don't quite need to be next to each other if it's just an infinite number of rooms. I'm taking 2. It makes sense. And if I get confused, I'm sure that it'll work.
Nora takes 1 because it's no effort. She clicks it once, opens the door. Good enough. Goes in.
I love Nora.
Thought process for Abby picking 2 is like, I did it right, and then going for the second one to open it.
I guess Tina will take 6 because it's a nice number.
So as you all turn the knob your respective ways and go into your rooms, it's not a little rectangle. In fact, there are no walls in this room. There is this enormous sycamore tree that kind of just shoots straight up. And by its feet, there is a large bed with a nightstand. The lamp that is glowing is actually just a spinning collection of fireflies just flying in place. There's a stream that is quietly streaming in the background, and it is serene and peaceful. The weather and temperature is just right. There's no humidity. It just feels nice. Bless you.
Thank you.
And as everyone settles into this room and you settle into your beds, we're going to go ahead and take our first 15-minute break here. Quick reminder to everyone, make sure to hydrate, stretch, take your meds, eat, practice self-care, and we will be back in 15 minutes and take a little break. Hi,
Howdy.
everyone. We're back. And we're gonna jump right in because there's a lot to cover and I'm so excited about this. So first things first. How does sleep take you? Does it come easy? Does it come difficult? Do you lay in bed for a while with your thoughts?
I think after so many years of relying on the caffeine, it doesn't keep Abby away from sleep, but perhaps makes her sleep a little bit more fitful, not as easy, though the stream kind of helps calm the thoughts to bring her to that edge, that cresting of unconsciousness, perhaps a little bit sooner than what she normally would find.
Okay.
Tina sinks into sleep, but not in the manner of someone who starts on the surface of the water and dips down, but more in the manner of someone who is holding suspended as the water rises up over them, and they just become deeper and deeper and deeper until they're fully ensconced in this. And then she's just asleep.
Liliana, I think, as she drifts off to sleep, kind of in between consciousness and sleep, she again kind of gets pulled into that flow of time around her. And I think she kind of sees those different timelines overlaid. I think a lot of her dreams are based on those things that she sees just before she falls asleep. But she kind of gets caught back up in that.
Okay, Nora is a terrible sleeper. She very rarely goes to sleep because she has consciously laid down to go to sleep. She's always sitting, sleeping up, curled over something, fell asleep reading. In this case, she grabs the blanket off the bed and she goes and she curls up right there in the root of the tree. She sets Punky on her shoulder and she's writing, and she just kind of nods off while she's making notes. She has made extensive notes of everything that's been said, exchanged, some theories, she has been making a lot of notes about everything that's happened today. And her pencil just kind of trails off as she nods off finally against her book.
Lucinda tries to fight falling asleep. You can see a couple times where she starts to nod off and then will like wake herself up as she starts like trying to like jumping jacks around the room, reading something. Eventually Nut comes up to her and puts there like lays down on top of her, and she's like, well, now I can't move because my cat's on me. But she's still like trying to fight falling asleep. And when she does, it's not a restful one. She keeps waking up multiple times in the middle of the night, like breathing heavily.
When you go to sleep here, the gentleness of the room, the combination of the tea that you had, makes your dreams a little more vivid than usual. And some of them are for the better, some not as much. So, there are two specific dreams here, two sequences that are going to happen. I'm going to roll the dice and see which one comes first, because it may influence the outcome. Okay. Lucinda, are you ready?
Not when you say it like that. But yes.
You are standing in a room covered in darkness. Your feet touch cold water. It's not very deep, just slightly under your ankles. There is nothing around you. And you're familiar with this place. This is the domain of your entity. And from the shadows, you hear the raspy, off-putting voice. Lucinda. So we meet again.
She's gonna start pinching herself, trying to wake up.
Do not fight me. We're in this together,
No, we're not.
whether you wish it or not. I cannot change the inhabitant of my dwelling, but here I am. So, my question to you once again, what's it going to take to gain control?
My dead body, leave me alone.
I do not wish to tread upon dead limbs. I do not even wish to consume your soul. I just want to be in the driver's seat for once.
No guarantee you'll give it back.
Let me go, Lucinda. Give me a chance. Let me raise a little chaos. Let the world burn. In return, I will show you great things. I will bring you greatness. You will sit on a throne made for kings.
I don't want any of that. I've never wanted any of that. All I ever wanted was to be able to control my emotions, my magic. I don't want to hurt people or to rule. I just want to be happy. And you can't even let me do that.
Happiness is a fleeting concept. Power lasts forever. Don't you hear them? They want to know your name. They want to shout out Lucinda from the tops of the spires.
Nobody wants to shout my name. Nobody even wants to know me. The only reason everyone here is being nice to me is because they have to, because we're stuck with each other for the rest of the year. That's because of you. What you did. I never wanted to hurt anybody.
Then let me gain a measure of trust. You said you do not want to hurt others, and yet live in this cycle called life. Everything hurts. Without hurt, we wouldn't know what it feels like to be without pain, to be happy. Without sadness, we would not know what it feels like to be closer to the highest pinnacle that we could be.
Won't even give me a moment for happiness. How am I supposed to know what the opposite's true? If without pain, then okay, we'll never know happiness. Without happiness, then what's the point in all the pain? I've been here for 4 years. I thought things were supposed to get better. It's the only reason I came. I don't even want to use my magic. I want friends. I want someone to love me. I want a nice little house with my cat and maybe other animals and family that isn't terrified of me. I don't want what you want. I'm sorry, you possessed the wrong person or whatever, and trust me, I wish you could just go and have a nice, happy little, yes, please, Malice, please, take over, let me be powerful, ooh. That's not me, I'm sorry. Okay, you know how messed up it is? I'm not even good enough for my possessor.
If you want out of this bargain so badly, you know my terms. Bring me the soul of that is closest to you.
Hate to break it to you. You made sure there's nobody close to me. I can't give you anything because there's nobody to give. I am alone. Congratulations, you got yourself stuck here, so deal with it.
One
Can't
day,
give you anything.
One day your defenses will slip up. And I will be sure to revel in that moment. And your dreams fade back into nothing. And you sleep, more or less, pretty rough. But the presence of the entity stays with you, fairly close. The camera's going to pan over to Liliana. You are in the river of time, and timelines are converging and merging. It's beautiful. It's almost like a fractal. If you see it outward, there is a flow to it, but there's also an orderly chaos to time that is beautiful and impossible to describe. Words fail to do it justice. It's been a long day. There's been a lot that has happened. But there's a specific instance that you keep turning back to. And that is when you heard your name called. You are standing all of a sudden in an empty meadow. There's water running underneath your feet for some reason. And the clouds don't look like the clouds you know of this world. They're behaving in strange patterns. The wind isn't going straight, kind of jumping up and down, clouds crashing into each other. And yet, it's serene and beautiful. The air passes by and it's got a citrusy smell. There's flowers that wave. And there is, sitting in the tiniest house, a little girl dressed all in white with a big sun hat, sitting in a chair, fishing into the smallest stream.
Do I recognize this person, or have I seen them before anywhere?
From where you're standing currently, their face is obscured by the brim of the hat. But you recognize those clothes anywhere. You used to have a pair of them just like you, just like them.
Have I had an experience like this before?
No. And you suspect that there's an agent here at work, and you're not sure what it is. It could have been the room or it could have been the tea.
I think Liliana assumes she's definitely dreaming and that this isn't an actual time thing. But I will approach, I think, kind of quite carefully, just trying to see the face as I approach, just to confirm.
very much reminiscent of yours.
Fern?
Lil?
I don't know what was in that tea. I'd be torturing myself again in a dream. What is this place?
It's my serenity. It's what I have. Why don't you have a seat?
Okay. I will sit down carefully next to her very straight posture. Does she look like she's aged or like the last time I saw her?
Nope, exactly the same.
Okay. I will sit down and stare at the water where she is fishing.
There's nothing at the end of the line, no hook. Just a rod and string. Koi fish dancing underneath.
What are you doing?
Fishing for my way back home.
This is a dream, right?
You're unsure.
Ern, I don't know what to make of this. I don't know if I'm seeing this in a timeline. I don't know if this is a dream. I could have swore that I heard you call to me. Where are you? Where is this?
Lil, if I knew where I was, I'd be able to find my way back. I've always been good with directions. Don't worry about the what ifs. How's life?
I looked for you for years. It's good. I'm almost getting ready to graduate. I have a girlfriend. But I really wish you were there with me. I could really use you by my side right now.
She looks up from the water. She turns to you. Her full face is in view now. And she's just smiling. Don't lose faith, little sister. I'll be right there. You've got. And when she goes to say God, there is a vortex that pulls her entire face and then body, and then the entirety of your surroundings starts being distorted into nothingness until you are left in the river of time alone.
Liliana kind of sits down in this river. It's like rushing around her waist as she's sitting in it. and just cries. It's kind of alone in this void, all of time rushing around her. No idea where those tears are dropping.
You look down to your feet. Once you can open your eyes, brush off the water. There's a solitary fishing pole there.
In the room, in the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell what time of day it is? Because I'm wondering whether or not I go wake up Abby, but we have a long walk ahead of us, but...
Abby is used to having very little sleep. Do it.
Yeah, I grab the fishing pole and I immediately, I guess, go out of the door and then it's room 2, so turn it twice and then knock. Is that how it works? That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if that's how this actually works.
Yep.
It's a magical world. We make the rules up as we go. I assume that Abby would be able to hear the knock, and gets out of the bed and opens the door. She knows that everyone kind of knew that her room was 2, but seeing that Liliana is there, she just opens the door without question.
She looks like she's been crying, but she pushes her way in, holding both hands this fishing pole. It was her. I told you that I heard her, and it was her. I saw her. I was drifting in the river, and I saw her. I talked to her, and even the little bits I've seen before, I've never been able to take anything physical back from them, but I have this, and I don't know what to do. She disappeared. I don't know where she is, but she's trying to get home.
Abby goes up, and I'm imagining that Abby's shorter than Liliana, so just kind of looks up, and places her hands on Liliana's cheeks, sort of rubbing away some of the tear tracks. Right. Take a deep breath first. You're talking real quick. So it was Fern. We know that.
Yeah. So
And
it looked like her. It could have been a trick. It could have been a dream. I don't know.
but you have this, and she looks to the fishing pole. That's never happened before, so let's assume that this is real, that something's going on. We know that she's out there.
She's out there. That she's been out there, and I haven't been looking as hard this last year, and she's been out there waiting, and
Lil, there's only so much that you can do. She's out there, but you're here, and you've got so many people that care about you here as well. And if Fern's out there, if she's not lost, not entirely, we'll get her back. You don't have to do this alone. And remember, all of Seraphina's family has similar magic. Maybe we get Seraphina to help. She's powerful.
what kind of sister am I if I stopped looking?
You haven't stopped, Lil. And Abby angles herself so that way they make eye contact. You care so much about Fern. Everything you've been working for is to find her or to make her proud. You've done so much. You've come this far. But please, don't forget that if you go too far, I can't always pull you back. I don't want to lose you like you lost Fern. Why don't we go lay down a bit and just rest? We've got a big day ahead of us, but we'll find her, Lil. I promise. I'll look with you as much as I can help. You have to know that.
Okay.
And she moves her hands down to take Liliana's and holding them together, just presses a kiss to each hand right on the knuckles and squeezes, holding tight.
I really don't know what I would do without you.
You don't have to worry about that because I'm right here.
Still have a long day ahead of us. We should get some more sleep.
Try. We'll try.
Eventually, all of you wake up, more or less rejuvenated, but ready for the journey to come. When you awake and you leave your respective rooms, Glitter has an entire buffet of pancakes, hot and ready. There's coffee, there's tea. It seems like there's always bakery items on the menu. You're not sure if Glitter eats food outside of baked goods, but there's a whole feast waiting for you. Good morning. How did everyone sleep?
I guess I got enough. And Abby just goes straight for the coffee. She pours 2 cups and then would get a plate of whatever there is there that has any sort of jam filling, and make sure that there's enough for 2.
I feel like Tina's already sitting there and she's doing like tricks with Fifi where she tosses different baked goods up and Fifi just engulfs them, swallows them, and keeps going back and forth. And as Abby is filling up 2 coffee cups, she's going to look over and be like, don't let your heart explode, all right?
It would take a bit more than that. And then just sits down close enough that where she sits, there's area for Liliana if Liliana's not already sitting for her to sit, and everything's kind of in between the 2 of them, so that way it's not a direct, I'm doing this to like take care of you, but I am helping you out, so that way you know that I am here for you.
Liliana's very distracted this morning. I think there are numerous moments where she kind of phases out of sync with time, gets a little fuzzy and blurry for a moment before pulling herself back in. It seems like she's struggling with it this morning.
Yeah. Everyone else would what they would see is that Abby's hand is like very visibly in the middle of the table, towards Liliana, always kind of present as an anchor to be taken. She doesn't move it.
Seraphina sits down to eat with all of you. So, big day today. We'll reach Aberdeen soon, and then we can begin with our investigation and see what's what. Any concerns or questions about any of the process?
Not for this. I think we're ready. If not ready now, we will be when reality comes striking.
That's what I like to hear. Seems the headmaster was right picking you all. Feel pretty confident. Feel like we can really achieve anything. Okay, well, I guess I'm good to go. And Glitter interrupts. Sarah, sit down. Everyone, take these with you. And Glitter starts handing out, there's like a little ball of paste wrapped in leaves, like these thick green leaves. Eat these when you're about halfway there, and you'll feel as energized as a full night's rest. That way you can begin your investigation as soon as possible.
Thank you. That's very kind.
You know, it's not bad having visitors that are not annoying. Sarah, you should bring them around more often.
Damn, Seraphina getting called out.
Sarah says, yeah, sure, whenever I'm not across the country. All right, well, let's begin our trek. Thanks for everything, Glitter. Say bye to Lucille for me. And Glitter is just like, yeah, sure. Leave me to clean up the mess, as always. There's a bit of resentment there. But Glitter wishes you all safe travels, and you start your way down the road. Eventually, you come to the edge of the town. You can see it. You're a couple of miles off at this point. But it seems pretty normal, although a bit vacant. But at this point in time, the sun is pretty low. I would say it's just about 7 or 8 o'clock.
Well, to race, and she kind of holds up her weird little paste ball because it's paste ball time. No, no one else.
I mean, I guess to race.
To defeating them.
Surviving.
Cheers. Does the paste taste good?
It actually does. It tastes like a mixture of blackberries and cherries kind of swirled together.
I feel like Tina was like expecting it to be bad, you know, like the Buckley's, it tastes terrible, but it works type of thing. And like when it actually tastes good, she kind of like pauses with that moment of shock and she's like, okay, we're gonna lick fingers now. Like, how do I get all of that?
Yeah, Abby's not so much concerned of the flavor, but more just of the general situation of like now we're eating this because it's like big leagues. There's the threat, and so it's just more of like, okay, I'm doing this. Hopefully, everything goes fine, but who knows? But also delighted in the fact that it tastes good.
Good. After you all eat your paste, you walk with Serafina and you come to Aberdeen.
Oh, there it is.
You'll be arriving from the right side, and looking down this street, there are this seems to be like a residential district that you're walking into. The two houses on the left are just houses. On the right, top right, you see a sign for an inn. It's called the Wishy Washy. And then to the left is another private estate. Well, here we are.
All right, here we are. You got a game plan here, Serafina?
Yes. First and foremost, always make a reservation at the inn. Second, talk to the people, see what's what. Although the streets seem kind of empty, maybe we should have left earlier? Later. Time, right?
Yeah. So, if first things first is making a reservation at the inn, why don't we head there?
Okay, so we'll go to the inn.
All right, we head to the Wishy Washy.
Perfect.
Such a name that, like, you say it and you have to smile.
Excuse me. So once you enter, there is this rather burly, big mustache gentleman with a overalls, kind of just slumped over the main counter.
Are you all right, sir?
I'm not sleeping, if that's what you mean. Oh, well, welcome to Frank's Wishwashy.
Do you need a cookie?
Oh, do you have some?
I think one of us would.
No. Well, I'm on the clock. I cannot eat.
Okay. Are you Frank?
I am Frank, yes.
Okay.
You see, my face is right outside there on the sign. And it is the crudest depiction of a mustachioed man you have ever... Like, this is a 3-year-old drawing at best.
I totally see the resemblance.
Wow, thank you. They captured the greatest parts of me. So, what brings you to Aberdeen?
Business, I think. Perhaps you may actually be able to help us on that. We've heard that there may have been some strange ongoings.
Strange ongoings, you say?
Yeah.
What kind of strange ongoings?
Shadow type strange ongoings. Danger.
I see, I see. Should I be concerned that someone will steal my furniture?
Potentially, if your furniture gets sucked into the shadow realm.
That's a terrifying idea, but we're moving past this conversation. Are you interested in any rooms?
Serafina, are we interested in rooms? Or just a single room?
Yeah, we can get a couple of rooms. 6 rooms, if you got them. I'm sorry, we only got 5, but the one room has 2 big beds. Nah? It is double the price, though.
Why don't you just put a wall in between it if it's double the price of a single room?
Well, double the beds, double the price. It's simple mathematics.
Wouldn't
You
it make more sense since, like, you're not paying for the same number of walls if it was like 150% of the price instead of 200, you know? Like, are there also double the bathrooms and double the walls?
Yeah,
double
what's
the
the
coffee
bathroom
makers?
situation? Because, like, if we have to walk out to an outhouse in a privy, I feel like we should be compensated for the fact that we're having to move out of the rooms that we're paying for.
Well, I never thought about bathrooms before, and you bring a good point.
No, wait, hold on. Now I have a question. Have you never peed before? Have you never gotten up in the night to pee?
That
Well,
brings another interesting question. If you're not allowed to eat on the clock, are you allowed to use the lavatories on the clock?
Of course not. I'm on the clock.
How often are you on the clock?
I own this place.
So always.
Well, if you own the place, then you can afford to pay yourself to pee.
But don't you make the rules if you own the place?
Frank's head is not here at the moment. He takes a second to correct himself. What I meant to say was, you're making Frank's head hurt at the moment.
Why is Frank speaking in the third person?
Where is Frank's head currently?
Are you the shadow entity that we need to be worried about?
What is this business with the shadow entity? What do you mean? Are they
No, go
like
back to your
actual
head.
shadow?
Depends. Are you actual shadow?
Why don't we just call this whole thing even? And I'll just give you the rooms for the one night.
Sure.
All 5 of them?
All 5 of them.
Serafina, I think that checks out, yeah? And as she says this, Abby is still staring at Frank.
Yeah, that sounds great. Good negotiation skills. And you see Frank kind of dancing now. You know, all this talk about the lavatory has made me want to go.
You know, since we already have the business handled, you could, close down for a quick break. You have all 5 rooms available now, no longer available. You don't have to stand here and wait for any more business to come in.
Say, that's a good idea. Well, here are the keys to the place. If I'm not back, lock up when you're done, and I'll be back around tomorrow morning to grab the keys. Grab the keys.
Okay, Frank. Have a great evening.
Oh, thank you. First break in 2 years. Oof. Can't believe people stay in this dump.
I can't tell if we're just that annoying / good at negotiations, or if Frank's just that weird.
No, that was pretty impressive.
Got the entirety of the inn to yourselves.
All right. So, this inn is no longer an inn. It is now Wraith Hunting Headquarters 101. What renovations do we need to make? Do we want, to turn one of the walls to one of those string conspiracy
think
boards?
First thing would be bathrooms.
Yeah. What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know that we have time to totally retrofit this place for plumbing, though. That might take more than a night.
Yeah. Serafina, what is our plan now? What's the next step?
Now that we have our base of operations, it's time to get a lay of the land. We scour around, look to see if there's anything unusual, and we'll go from there. I'm going to split up and take the west end of town. See what you can find here. We'll regroup. Say at dawn?
Sure. Gives us enough time to get back here before Frank does.
Okay, that sounds good. If you need anything, please let me know. Nora, I believe you still have the Everstar I gave you. If you need me, just whisper into it. Okay. I wish you good luck, students. Make me proud. Be safe. And as she leaves the room there, and you guys have your inn all alone, we're going to go ahead and cut into a break. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. Reminder, please stretch, hydrate, take your meds, eat if you haven't. And thank you for being here. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back shortly. Hi, everyone. We're back. Arnica had to step out, so we're going to be resuming as best as we can. through this adventure. There's a lot to cover. There's still a lot to do. So I'm really excited. So now that you have the inn to yourselves, it's pretty quiet. It's nighttime. There's no one around, really. We're gonna start our first challenge scene. The meter goes from 1 to 10. The meter is set at 5. It's gonna be in the middle. What you do from here on out and how you use your challenge abilities and skills will determine how far the meter goes up and how it goes down. If it goes down, then you start getting penalty to your rolls and your skills. If it goes up, you start getting bonuses. So, everything is mostly quiet, but could everyone give me an intuition roll? This is going to be for observation.
It's not a natural one this time.
Anything's better than a natural one.
Oh no! It was one girlfriend, now it's the other.
Oh, I love it. Okay, well, coming after that enticing conversation that you had with Frank, you kind of are in and settling down. Abby, you're the only one that notices there is a very muffled conversation coming from the top left of the room, specifically the room with the 2 beds.
Okay. Can I make my way over there, but like carefully, stealthily? I don't want to be caught. I want to see if I can eavesdrop.
Yeah, so there's no one in this inn.
Yeah, so I know that, but I hear the
okay.
conversation, so
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'll easily enough. You don't even have to roll stealth or anything.
Uh-huh.
So you creep somewhere between the 2 beds, like kind of over the nightstand.
Mm-hmm.
There is a conversation taking place on the other side of the wall. It's pretty close, and you can kind of make out what they're saying pretty clearly. By the time you get there and you start listening in, you hear, yes, all the containment has been sent. Yes. The plans are in order, last I checked. Everything seems to be up to par. Yes. You should have your shipment Monday morning, I believe. And then there is another voice that says, good. Very good. Keep everything on schedule, and there shouldn't be any problems at all. My employer doesn't like any breaks in the machine. Oh, yes, of course. Of course. It has been my pleasure and my honor to serve you in this matter. Sure. Good. Well then. Let's go, Valentino. And you hear them stand up, footsteps going away from the wall.
Is there a window in this room?
No.
Ah, damn it. Okay, cool.
Does Abby tell the rest of us that this is happening, or are you just...
You would have seen me go off, and then, like, I wait until there's no more footsteps, like, I'm sure that they're out of, like, they've walked off before I come back, and you just... Abby has a face of someone who is perhaps gotten a new assignment that they need to start working on, but don't know where to start. So it's just this look of there's information but no processing.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know if this is important. I don't think it's a wraith, but I did just hear something about a containment and scent. It was the plants are in order, a shipment arriving Monday morning, and that was one figure, and then another said that it's good to keep to the schedule, that if that's done there will be no problems, that their employer doesn't like breaks in the machine. That worries me a bit, that phrasing. The other figure, his name's Valentino. I heard that said, also said something that had me a bit concerned about who may be involved and what might be going on. He said it was a pleasure and honor to serve you in this way. That's someone high up, high respected.
But we're the only ones here. Where did you hear this?
On the other side of the wall, and they're moving, and I kind of want to follow them.
Well, yeah.
But carefully, though.
The only person that's higher up in this area would be Serafina, no?
Well,
Thinking attic? Are we thinking roof? Are we thinking secret room?
no, higher up as in like socially, politically.
No, I know.
Oh, no, I think they're on the other side of the wall. I think that there was another building attached to this one that they may have been inside.
Oh.
We could go there and look for clues.
Yeah, let's head over. Which one of us has Frank's keys?
I feel like you're our de facto leader.
All right, Abby's got the keys. I'll make sure that we lock up. I don't want whoever these people are going into Frank's wishy-washy.
So responsible.
Look, we've given Frank his first day off in 2 years. I feel like he deserves something to come back to. If all of his furniture is gone, we're going to be the ones that he blames.
The name of his hotel makes so much more sense after meeting the man.
Honestly, it does. As we head out, what I would like to do is see if I can spot them down any sort of street. Like if there's a side alley or anything like that, like if they walked and left.
The second you open the door to go outside,
Are they there?
there is an impossibly thick fog that is flowing through the village.
Bad,
Came
bad,
in
bad,
unannounced,
bad.
seemingly out of nowhere.
Almost immediately, I will do a transformation. I don't like the thick fog. So, hands alight with the flame, sparks outward, and the embers ignite, shoes up that burned look to the flames of the dress and bursting out of her hands. She's going to be ready because creepy fog. She wants to be able to protect everybody.
Yeah, I will, as always, follow suit. So on that burst of flame shatters the hourglass, I make appear in front of me, and I will end up in the same silver and navy dress with the cords wrapped up my arms and legs, and my staff with the gears on top.
Tina's also gonna do her transformation, but her transformation is not quite the same as y'all's because y'all's is really exciting and costumes are changing and everything. Tina's, it's to anyone who's never used magic or has never seen her do it, it probably looks really impressive. It's a dance choreographed with water coming around her and swooping, almost like you think of like ribbon dance, but now instead of a ribbon, it's water. But it's just routine. It's just rote. It's just rehearsed. And there is no like real passion or energy behind it. And even at one point where she like flicks her hand up, she kind of gets bored of the whole thing and just lets the water just slam back to the ground in a way that is not graceful. Her clothing does not change. It is just still the hand-me-downs that she's always wearing. And it's just kind of wet now because she got slapped in the face with her own fish again.
Lucinda's just gonna look at Tina and go, "Are you okay?"
I'm transforming. Magical girl.
You
Magical.
it was great.
Thanks. Are you gonna transform with us? Go
I really
team.
don't want to use my magic.
Alright. We'll try to make it so you don't have to.
You have to transform before to be able to do any of your techniques, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna look out in the fog and go, "You've probably already attracted whoever is here. Fine." And so she'll transform too. Hers is like kind of like how Tina's was like, she's just like not into it. Lucinda's is very impressive, but she's just deadpan, like not wanting to do it the whole time. And so purple energy swirls around her feet and lifts her up a bit in the air. And as it swirls around her, these like thick gloves, like lacy satin gloves, come up to her elbows. Her cottagecore like kind of like dress turns into like a corset and like leggings, and like with like the sleeves like are sleeveless, and the scarf that holds her hair back just kind of like turns into a circlet with stones that like go different colors before settling on this moment probably purple. And her hair turns purple too, and her eyes, and she's just like moving, and then but she's just like very happy.
You look really good.
I didn't make it, so I didn't know what to do for my transformation, so somebody in White House literally told me what to do. And okay, let's go.
You see Nora follow behind you, and Nora doesn't transform along with you all. Instead, her head in her journal, writing down, she walks in the same direction that Seraphina walked, confident that that's where she should be. And all the while, Pumpkin just trying to eat the fog around it, just. So what I need from everyone else is to roll me initiative.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hey, look! Twinsies.
Oh, do I just roll a d20? I was looking for a button that said initiative.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
a button
on
that says
increments.
initiative.
Oh, wait, where is it?
So under attributes on the main page, it goes something active attacks.
Oh my god, I just found that. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Oh, you should have. You had to keep up with the sevens.
You wanted to send it, but no valid token was okay. It's fine.
You're fine. You're fine. You're good. We all go at the same time with the power of
Except for
friendship.
Lucinda, who's just in the back, like, oh my god.
Honestly, that's in character.
It really is. For those at home, I rolled a 3 and I have a +1 to initiative.
Mine's a straight 7. I ain't got no bonuses on my initiative.
Is that how did I get a bonus on my initiative?
Yeah,
Do you have Dex?
Oh, I see something.
I have no.
Yeah, see, I've got a +5 to initiative. I rolled a 2.
Yeah, I do not have Dex. I have spirit and I have guts and mind. My strength. So I have aura and intuition and resolve. My muscle and dexterity are both 1.
I've got 2 on each of those.
She's very much not strong and not fast.
Sage.
I love her.
I'm so ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
Turn orders just so I can keep track of how everyone is approaching this situation. So, all of you are on side. You're transformed. There's so much fog everywhere.
Quick thing. Does this fog create darkness? Mechanically?
To an extent, there is yes.
Cool.
Yes.
All right, everyone stand back. I don't want to hurt anyone. And what I want to do is I want to use my scintillating spark technique, because what that does is it creates a light zone in my blast radius, which is one space around me. I have that, so it's not just the immediate space, but it's the area around as well.
Okay. I'll let the meter go up to 6 for that. I'll give you a valor too. Take a valor.
Hell yeah! So, what you would see as she moves forward is that her hands go forward, and between the palms that she kind of holds out, there is a spark that begins like a match being drawn, and it begins to grow as she puts her power out into it until it bursts bright, and it's all these different sort of colors of flame that come out in this dazzling array that lights up the area around. It doesn't clear the fog away, but it cuts away some of the darkness to see if there is anything, well, if there's any bad guys hiding nearby.
Your search of the area reveals nothing. So they've either left through an alternate means of that house, or they have portaled away. Or they may still be in the building. But as far as you know, there's no one on the street currently.
Okay. All right. Let's keep our wits about us. I do want to check out that house, but I do not want to leave any sort of range where I can't see my teammates.
I will stay close to Abby.
I'll follow, but as we're going backwards, can I take a look at the inn and just see from the outside if the geometry makes sense with the rooms that we know of on the inside? Like, is there a way that I can...
Yes. Yeah. So the way that it's set up is there's 2 distinct roofs. There is a line in between them, and there are 2 doors. Like the gravel paths go in. There's 2 doors. They kind of meet out, and then they divvy in so that the houses are split in 2.
But like with that inn, with the rooms that we know exist there, like I'm trying to figure out if there's like a secret attic or a secret room, like if there's windows that don't make sense, or you know what I mean?
Yes. No. Everything checks out.
Everything checks out. Great.
Yes.
In that case, onwards.
The door on the other house, is it locked?
If you attempt to open it, yes.
I'm not the most fond of arson. Do we have an idea of how we could get this door unlocked?
If I look over this, can I... So I have an ability, Favorable Insight, that allows me to, on a successful intuition roll, figure out what the best course of action is. Is that something I could do here?
Yes.
So I look at Abby for a second. I'm like, just give me a moment. And she steps back and holds her staff and kind of phases out for a moment. And I'm stepping into the flow of time, and I want to see kind of ghosts of how people have gone into this building, where doors may be, if I see any windows that have been shut and not locked, stuff like that. Just seeing what has happened in this building recently, that may give me an idea of what might be our best way in. Let's say it's either contested or a flat.
We can do a difficulty check, yeah. We'll do a flat.
Intuition 15.
Oof. Natural 10. Okay. Okay.
I hold on to Abby's hand as I do this to make sure I stay anchored.
Take 1 valor for this. You center and ground yourself, and you see the comings and goings of this house. There are a surprisingly number of arrivals and departures from the front door, which you are at. And then you see the occasional singular shadow walk to the side of the house and enter through the side door, holding a large burlap sack.
Yeah, so I kind of squeeze Abby's hand as I pull myself back into sync with this timeline. Around the side, so somebody with a large sack, could be a delivery door or something.
Alright. Can I go check that out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm coming with Abby.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I don't go anywhere if I can't see my companions.
I'm not going anywhere by myself. Nope. Yeah, no, Lucinda's following.
I'm picturing us just like Wizard of Oz, like linked arms. Like, now let's go down this alley.
I was seeing like the isometric tactical like diamond formation where it's just like we're in a JRPG now.
I assume that Tina just grabbed Lucinda's arm when they linked arms and was just like, whoop.
We go.
Okay, I was coming.
So you continue further down the street and then take a right up the alley, going northward. And there is a delivery door with a window facing in, which looks to lead to a large kitchen.
Is the window breakable?
Is the window open?
It is breakable, but it isn't. It's very tiny.
It's the door
I
on
can-
the
It's just
So this is sorry.
Go ahead.
So everyone else has done like small pieces of magic that aren't specifically their techniques. Can I do a small piece of magic that's in Lucinda's like power set but isn't a technique?
Yeah, of course. So you can use challenge actions, which are kind of like, if you think about D&D, it's kind of like using stealth or using dexterity to like open a lock.
Okay. So she wants to put her hand against the door, like where the keyhole, and make a key with her her motion.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll a mystic arts roll. So you can either use intuition or aura.
We're using aura. Please be good.
You got it, you got it, you got it.
Just okay, roll. We're good. Middle of the line.
Nice.
Why? I've been rolling terribly today. Can I roll something that's not roll 20? Can I roll a different dice generator that's not roll 20?
So if I'm right here, yes, with the... Did I increase your meter by 1 or by 2? Just by 1?
We're sitting at meter 6, I know.
Meter 6, okay. So you focus and you shape a pretty crude key. It works, but it's a little loud. You gotta finagle it.
It worked, that's all. She hasn't tried doing that in a while, so just like... and then she pulls out like a purple key and it just dissolves and you can see the energy flow back into her.
It's impressive.
The door opens, revealing a large kitchen.
She turns, like literally turns red, her hair and her circlet and her outfit, and then she turns back purple.
Even more impressive. And then Tina's going in the kitchen first.
Blushes again and then comes back. Will you stop that?
Sorry?
The house sounds like it's empty, even though there's a roaring fire in the fireplace in the next room over. If you peek around, the kitchen is kind of a rectangle, and if you peek around through the door, you see a set of stairs leading up to the second floor. From behind the stairs, you see the light in a kind of den area. This is where you would assume the conversation took place, Abby.
All right, this is where they were talking and then they left. I don't know if they went up or if they went out. And she looks to Liliana. You only saw the one figure with this burlap sack.
Yeah, there was a lot of coming and going. I lost track of exactly when it was. I'm not sure if it was the figure you saw or not. It could have been a couple days ago.
Well, let's just hope no one else is here.
Question is, do you want to gamble or do you want to split up? Up or out?
There's one thing that I'm going to draw attention to. Mm-hmm. The stairs leading up to the second floor, there isn't a second floor outside.
I really don't like that.
Well, I think our decision's sealed, though.
Well, I did think that they may have portaled out.
If they portaled out, we can't do shit about it.
Well, I know, but when we couldn't find them, they left. They could have portaled out. And if that doesn't exist outside, that might be where we need to go.
That could be where they went.
I want to do a sweep of the ground floor first. And as I do that, I want to... I'm assuming that the fire in the fireplace is not magical, it's just normal fire.
Just normal fire. Mm-hmm.
Then I would like to try and dim that down. Would that just be a flat aura roll?
Yeah, that's easily within your powerhouse. You
Okay.
could dim down the fireplace and like the floating lamps on the ceiling.
I want to dim the lights enough so that way everyone can see, but I don't want it to be brightly lit in here in case on the ground floor there are other figures.
Okay.
So I want to kind of move out to the front and take the look around.
Standing in the center, you see the den to your left there. Down towards the front door, there seems to be a room with the door open. And then if you're facing down to your right, there is another room with the door closed.
want to check the door open first because that will like make less noise and be
Yes.
easier.
So you walk down and you see that it is a pretty not heavily furnished room. It's pretty meager. There's a sleeping cat just on the bed, having the time of its life. But it looks like this could be either the quarters of the faculty, of the staff working here, if there is staff, or it looks to be like a guest chamber of sorts.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I want to go over to that other door, the closed one.
Okay.
I want to try and open it without being noticed, potentially. If there's someone on the inside, they're gonna notice me anyway, but I want to be quiet about this.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me stealth. You can roll me.
Straight dex.
We'll do aura for suppressing your power because you're transformed right now.
I am transformed right now, yes.
Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, easily enough. You walk to the door without being noticed. You try to suppress your presence as much as you can, and you kind of creep the door open. And inside, there's a study. The singular desk with a chair that's been kind of pulled out. There are various bookshelves lining the room. There seems to be a journal, ledger. You're not sure.
Hey, Lil, I think this is more your wheelhouse than mine, but it's clear.
Okay, I can take a look. I will step into the room. Is there anything that stands out that might be, I mean, there's the ledger, the journal. Is there anything else that stands out that might be useful to us?
Nothing that stands out if you're looking normally. But if you are perceiving through time, there is a drawer to the left of the desk that has moved in motion several times.
Yeah, so Liliana, I think, phases out for just a moment as she's watching this, and her kind of fuzzy form, her arm lifts up and points over towards the drawer as she continues kind of watching this room.
On the desk is a ledger. There's a man that comes and goes, writing on the ledger, opening the left drawer, occasionally coming back, putting something in, closing the drawer.
And squeezing Abby's hand again, I will re-anchor myself in this timeline and kind of pull her over there, and I'll open up the left drawer and kind of motion towards the ledger for Abby to take a look.
Okay, I'll take the look.
Okay. While as you open the drawer, there is a singular brass key. Abby, the ledger has names of what appear to be genus of plants. Some of these you've never heard of. It just sounds foreign. If Nora was here, she would probably know some, but a lot of these look to be very expensive. And you're perusing through the inventory lists, and the sums of money coming and going are quite exorbitant. Especially for, I mean, this is a nice estate, but not for this much money.
I want to take the book. I want to get that over to Nora.
Okay.
Anything interesting?
Yes. Do I understand it? No. Nora could. I am fairly positive. What I do know is that whoever's doing all of this is, they've got a lot of money wrapped up in it. More than is normal.
It was the man with the burlap sack that I saw coming in here often, all of the time. This key, that ledger, they're very important to whatever is going on here.
I think you might have seen Valentino.
Possibly.
He's organizing all of this for whoever that other person is. Do you think that key will get us anywhere important?
It might let us upstairs.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Tina, you good?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that this whole time Tina's probably been like, you know how you sit with like your back against the wall and then your feet pressed up against the other wall, like sitting like that in the stairwell, almost like forming like a gate, like if anything was gonna come back down, it's literally gotta physically go through her before it can come down those stairs.
Then I'm going to rephrase the question that Abby asks, because seeing this like L-shaped Tina, do you need a cookie?
No, I'm good. What'd you find?
A book full of plants and a lot of money tied to those plants. Lil found a key.
A key. We ought to find what it opens, shouldn't we?
Maybe upstairs. Where's Lucinda?
Lucinda's just been walking around.
Lucinda found the cat.
Yeah, Lucinda found a cat and started petting it.
It's there purring. Lovely tabby.
Be really sad if that cat was an illusion.
It's the mastermind.
Don't even say that.
It's the employer. Who wants to try the key? I don't know that I should be the first one through the door.
I'll do it.
Are you walking up the stairs?
I'll walk up the stairs. I'll just step over Tina.
No, you cannot step over me. I'm high. I'm like in the middle.
I'll step under Tina.
Be careful.
Tina's gonna jump over you to land in front and be like, which one of us is the bruiser of the two of us?
Which one of us has the shield?
Lucinda's literally just gonna walk around both of you, grab the key, and just put it in the door.
I love it.
Tina,
Give me that.
you jump over.
Before? Yeah, I jumped over.
The second
Abby.
you jump over a certain step, you just smack into nothing.
Okay, so that interaction went totally different. You went to step around me, I jumped over you, whacked into an invisible wall, and then fell backwards into you.
I'm imagining that I'm now crushed on the stairs underneath Tina. Okay. This isn't usually how things go between us.
You're really bony down there. Where is your elbow right now?
It's called the stairs, and they're pressing into all of the soft flesh.
Oh my god. She's gonna like roll to the side.
Thank you.
The fuck was that?
I'm all wet now. Fire's just...
You hit something.
Lucinda's gonna just go to Liliana and go, I still can't tell if they're friends.
Yeah, I'm still not sure. Are you two okay, at least?
Tina's just gonna like grab whatever's in her pocket and throw it at the wall.
Now, interesting point of order. While this was happening with the jump over, Lucinda said that she was going to grab the key and walk up. Does Lucinda walk up with ease?
Second you try to walk up the stairs past a certain point, you hit an invisible barrier.
Talk on it.
Okay. I think I can do something here.
If you can't, I think I can. You go first.
I would like to nullify an effect and see if this is an illusion.
It's the same thing I was gonna do, so.
Okay.
Same brain.
So
Yep.
I'll
We
tell you
trained
what.
together.
You can do a I'll have you assist. So I'll give you one valor for this. I'm also going to increase the meter up to 7, so you'll get a +1.
Okay. So, that is expending 5 of my stamina to remove this. And I'm going to do an aura roll because that's typically what all my stuff is done with.
I don't like the sound of that.
So a 15.
Oh. Hey.
And did you say I was assisting?
Yes.
That's, I think, how I got the +1, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
The meter went up with the assistance. So 15.
Mm-hmm.
You focus really hard, and it shatters, but it doesn't break. It just fractures.
Would I have seen or read about this in training?
Yes, I believe so. So if you think back, the barrier fracturing and not actually like falling apart in pieces means that it's either double coated or that it's at a magic level above yours.
So, with her hand out and like the fire's trying to break it and burst it out. Well, I think I need your help a little bit more on this. I don't know if we can combine, but it's too strong for me, or it's encoded.
I can try. Can I also make a roll?
Yes.
I wrap my arm around Abby's, ignoring the fire, and where Abby broke it, magic has limits. So I am going to reach into this barrier's history, into its own timeline, and I want to move it forward in its timeline to the very end of its effectiveness, or at least try to finish shattering it, make it run out of steam, run out of time.
Smart. I'll give you a valor for that. Very smart.
Tina and I just watch.
Yeah.
The barrier thins, breaks, revealing a swirling portal that goes strictly above. There is no second floor. The stairs just lead to this portal. At the same time of the barrier breaking, out on the opposite side of the house near the front door, the cat is now standing on all fours, fur completely up, with red eyes that just shine fire, and it's just screaming.
I knew I had bad feelings about the cat.
No, Arthur, I didn't call you over, please.
Okay.
The cat's on fire?
The eyes
So
are.
the eyes are like on fire.
Fire? And is the cat looking at us or looking at like
Directly at all of you at the stairs.
It's guard dog, guard cat.
Yeah, I thought it could have been a familiar. I wanted to be wrong.
Like there's a moment of celebration where I go to hug Abby and then see that. I'm like, oh no.
through the cat or through the portal?
We
Both are
should
bad
probably
options.
tell Serafina about the portal, right? And the person who had the Everstar to tell Serafina went after Serafina.
Yep. Do we fight this very scary looking cat, or do we go through the unknown portal that could be death?
I know where I stand with my capabilities of fighting a cat. I don't know where I stand on going through that portal.
Why do you know how to fight a cat?
It's not so much that I know how to fight a cat, but I know how to stand in a fight.
As you're saying this, the cat in front of you is screeching at the top of its lungs, and then it starts to mutate, and then from its body, muscular arms start stretching out. It starts growing in size. You hear the bones snap, kind of just as it takes up space.
Cool. Seeing that, can I do something real quick here? that may be a bit combative. Seeing the bones begin to break and the mutations begin, Abby's fires that she had utilized that had begun to calm a bit from the nullification that were burning low now travel down into her hands and become as her hands begin to alight, the flames engulfing entirely. Look, whatever's going on here, I'll tell you, this thing won't be able to handle this heat, and throws the fire at the creature. And I will use my can't handle the heat, weaken cooler. So
at the same time, right after Abby does that, Cinda is going to start box breathing, and as she does, this like shimmering purple bubble just starts coming around and surrounds everybody, and that's my box breathing bubble barrier. So that if the cat tries to attack us, it has to go through a barrier.
Yeah. So, here's my actual thing. So, that was. Oh man, did I really just roll a nat one?
You're a fine cat.
No, I rolled a 5.
5.
All right, cool. It just showed up weird with the box color. But if that hits, we get it'll be weak at physical attacker, so which I've got pulled up.
It goes through. It fails its resolve.
Are we like in initiative or like I'm just...
We have the initiative rolled from our earlier scene.
Oh, I forgot about that. My bad.
No worries. I just want to make sure I know what's going on.
Yeah. So because it failed, it will now have the weak physical attacker flaw until the effect ends, which will be for the next 2 turns. So all strength and agility attacks decrease by 6.
Oof. Okay.
Please don't be a magic cat. Please don't be a magic cat.
I mean,
It's a magic cat,
started
damn it.
mutating.
You see the cat kind of press its claws into the wood, and that strength that was there initially starts fading and starts to kind of just walk awkwardly, but still stalk you. It starts to come right for the entire group.
Question still stands: through the cat or through the portal?
I say we go through the cat. I don't think it'll let us go through the portal with it while it's still standing.
I have a question. Actually, I have 2. One, is the thing that the cat did a technique?
The transformation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Can I, if it's my turn, I have no idea where we are. If it's my turn, can I use a technique to glare at this cat and say, yeah, well, anything you can do, I can do better. And I want, like, to just swell, but it's like, it's clearly water. Like, it's not muscle, it's just sheer water strength that's swelling out around my arms, and like mimic what this cat is doing and get like how many technique points. What is that? I'm using my mimic technique to do what the cat did.
Okay. So that's going to be 2 technique points.
2 technique points. And can I attack with that, or does it just get big? Like, what does that technique entail?
So that gives you a +5 to your attack rolls.
A +5 to my attack roll?
To your physical attack rolls.
To my physical attack rolls. Okay. And like, is that my turn, or can I do a physical attack against the cat?
So using that technique would be your turn.
That would be my turn. Great. Then I'm just glaring at this cat, and I'm now big, but like wet.
Okay.
Big question is, do we want to drop another weekend on it? It can have 2 weekends at once, right? As long as
Yes.
they're different.
It stacks, yeah.
Or should I start hitting it?
Do another weekend. Let's get this thing buffed all the way down. Debuff it.
All right. Yeah. Then right after Abby does her weekend, Liliana throws her hands out, and a smaller version of that hourglass appears. And she takes it and flips it upside down. Use her technique, daylight savings time, which will be intuition. 6, 14.
Easily enough, it lands.
So it flips upside down, and the time. Nobody else in the party can see this, but the time flowing around this cat slows down almost to a molasses, and it has impaired evasion as well.
Okay. Lucinda.
Okay, so because I forgot the initiative thing, well, instead of doing the box breathing bubble, oh god, I feel so bad attacking a cat.
It's not a cat anymore.
Does it look like a cat still?
It's like mid transformation, but like it's severely weakened, so it just looks awkward now. It's like a Tony the Tiger instead of like something scary.
Okay.
With the broken bone description, it's now Tony the Tiger.
Okay. Okay. Then Lucinda is going to. The technique is called Eldritch Scream. So she just goes really loudly. And I roll aura to hit. So roll aura. Okay. Please be nice to me. Okay, that was an 11.
All right, against its defense. Wow, that's a 10.
Okay, so it hit. Yay.
Yep.
So with that, I deal 25 damage, energy damage, and the rest of it doesn't apply. Yeah. The rest of that doesn't apply, but it's actually really cool. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Is the creature flying at us?
No.
Okay then, yeah.
You scream into this weakened cat. I mean, it's like a half cat, half tiger. But you scream into it, severely weakened, and its resistances just fade, and it is blown back against the wall. The second it hits the wall, there's a jingle and the door opens, and you see a masked, like a jade masked individual that's pretty large, wearing a tuxedo, say, "What are you doing in my house? Be gone. Vasaros," and just holds his hands up, and all of you feel a rush of wind kind of sweep you off your feet and pull you into the portal.
Oh!
Don't you dare say what I think you're gonna say.
He's gonna say it. They're gonna say it. It's
They're
gonna
gonna
happen.
say it. Don't say it. Don't you
Doing
dare.
it.
Don't do it.
Do it, please. Do it.
And that's what we're end for tonight's session.
Don't say it. Don't you dare say it.
It was happening as soon as that jade mask came in. I was like, "Oh no,
We done.
Is the cat okay though?
The cat is okay.
Okay.
It's a pretty strong cat.
it was almost not a cat there," and we stopped at mid transformation.
Does anybody want to know what the rest of that that didn't apply was?
Oh, totally.
At Attack action, roll aura to hit. On a hit, deal 25 energy damage. On a hit, recover health equal to the largest amount of damage dealt to a single target. If target is flying, they fall and take 6 damage.
Oof.
That's pretty good.
It only cost me 1 stamina.
Wow, that's really good.
How many limits you got on that though?
1. I can't move before I use it.
Ah,
That's fair. That's pretty good though.
I didn't move. I was just like,
Yeah. That's really good. Well, thank you all for being here. As a reminder, if you can afford it, please sub to our channel. Every sub helps us out. It lets us create more stories with amazing cast members, amazing storytellers. It is wonderful here at Girls Run These Worlds. The system that we're using is a Valor system. It's a D10 system that's fairly open-ended. You can kind of craft anything that you like with it, as well as it just has so much possibility for what you can do within the system itself, and it's really cool. Like, I like the meter system a lot. It makes the challenge scenes really more in depth, and it gives it a sense of urgency as to whether the meter is falling or going. It also really promotes creativity, which I love. I should mention that one of the upcoming shows that we have here every Tuesday at 2 p.m. is in Spare Isles, which is amazing. I've gotten to see a little bit of that as I've had time. It's been one heck of a week, and I think we're all kind of feeling it. But yeah, that's it for me. My name is Captain's Prime. You can find me on Twitter at JM Braceris. I am rarely online nowadays, as I try to get myself not unemployed anymore, trying to find jobs. And yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty much it. Would anyone else like to take it?
yeah, I like getting things taken care of quickly so I don't sit in anticipation. Hi guys, I'm Faye. I'm having so much fun here. But if you want to see me have a lot more fun, I do a lot of stuff at my stuff at Will to Witch RP on here on Twitch, but you can find out everything that I've got. We've got a link tree up there, but yeah, I do a lot of things with Will to Witch RP. That's my company. I have a lot of fun here when I am away from there, and I just do a lot of TTRPG stuff. I have so much fun.
I'm Katie, she, her. I've been playing Tina. We're having a great time. So excited for next week to see what's going on with this portal and the guide with the Jade Mask. Until then, you can find me on Twitter at the Katie McLean or online at katie-mclean.ca. I'll see you next week.
I'm doing producer stuff. You go.
I hate going. I always go last because I always have this really bad habit of accidentally interrupting people. So I'm the opposite of Faye, where it's like, no, I need to be last because I might say something when somebody's talking, and that's rude. Like that. Hazel, cállate. Okay. So hi everyone, I'm Nox. You can find me on Twitter at Noxternal_7. That's my cat Hazel. Hey, more cats. Hazel, be quiet. You can find me on Twitter at Noxternal_7. You can find me here at Girls Run These Worlds tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if you can hear, my cat is wailing. You can find me running School of the Stars, which is Kids on Brooms game. You can also find me again on Tuesday in Inspirals, which I'm super excited for. It's a really fun game at 2 o'clock. And then, oh my God, I don't have 2 streams next Friday. Yes, that's where you can find me. That's it. I get a break. But I'm super excited. Yeah.
Yes, I am Anna, pulling both player and producer duties. I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, TTRPG streamer, and podcaster. Find me on Twitter and most other social media at Archival Dust Bun. as far as where to find me, you can find me everywhere. I barely sleep. Tomorrow night I'll be over on Lost Caravan with Fatal Ascension, our Fabula Ultima campaign. That Fabula Ultima is a JRPG inspired TTRPG. So if you enjoy the golden age of JRPGs, it is a lot of fun. I play another character who messes with time magic, but in a very different way. She's an assassin. You can be a very effective assassin when you can play with time. Sunday, you can find me on Thorny Dryad's channel with U-Force Inheritance, our Masks actual play. We have an amazing cast of players and characters over there. I play Protege with far too much responsibility on her shoulders. And that is a monthly campaign, so it's very easy to catch up and to stay with it. Tuesday nights, you can find me on Ballad of the Seven Dice with Nostradamus Core Phantom Ice, which is a Lancer mini campaign. We just finished our kind of introductory battle, and we are getting into that. I played a mech called Boiling Point because I do not care about reactor safety, and it is always on fire. It's a lot of fun. Wednesday nights, you can find me over on Valdorin's channel with Morse in the Swamp Season 2. We're about to have our finale for Season 2. That is our Animorphs Blades in the Dark campaign. If you enjoy teen drama, trauma, romance, and all of the stress that Blades in the Dark brings with it as a system, it really is a great time. All of Season 1 is available on YouTube. If you'd rather start at the beginning, Season 2 will all be on YouTube soon-ish. If you enjoy Lancer, you can find me Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines of a brewing conflict. We have sci-fi feels, narrative-first giant mech battles, and roleplay focused characters. We've been described as if Battlestar Galactica had its own red versus blue. So if any of that sounds interesting, or if you like sci-fi, mechs, or war stories, you can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on Twitter at RT Omnicron. And also check out Emergent Code, an upcoming queer and trans-led Animon story podcast taking cues from Digimon Tamers and Digimon Survive. Our first trailer is now up on our Twitter at Emergent Code Pod. We're very proud of it. It shows off our characters and the wonderful character art that we have with that, and gives some very solid vibes on what the series is going to be like. And our premiere will be coming at the very beginning of next month, so very, very soon. But yeah, lots of other stuff coming up that I can't talk about yet. But give me a follow on Twitter or other social media to kind of keep up where and when I'm streaming.
As a reminder, if you've got a story to tell, check out the pin tweet on Girls One of These Worlds Twitter. There's a creator app. You can go ahead and submit. If you have something unique, new system that you want to try out, please. We're always looking for good storytelling. We're always looking for great cast members. And as always, make sure you love yourselves, hydrate, medicate, eat, stretch. And thanks for being here. We'll catch you next time.